Good morning and welcome to the Daily Download. I'm your host, Brad Nelson, and today is Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. Here's what you need to know today. Google is rolling out a new advanced protection mode in Android 16 to better defend users against sophisticated cyber attacks, particularly those involving spyware from companies like NSO Group. This new setting, designed for high-risk individuals like journalists and elected officials, enables a suite of enhanced security features with a single toggle. Once activated, advanced protection blocks connections to insecure 2G networks and unencrypted Wi-Fi, enables memory tagging to guard against memory-based exploits, and introduces intrusion logging to help detect attempted hacks. It also forces the device to lock or power down when offline or inactive for extended periods, making data inaccessible without a fresh unlock. Additional protections like USB lockdown and integration with Google's scam detection are expected later this year. Similar in philosophy to Apple's lockdown mode, this new Android feature minimizes attack surface by disabling non-essential, potentially vulnerable system components, without noticeably impacting daily use for most people. The North Korean state-backed hacking group Konai, also known as TA-406 or Opal Sleet, has been targeting Ukrainian government entities in recent cyber espionage campaigns aimed at gathering intelligence on the country's military and political stability. According to Proofpoint, the operation likely supports North Korea's military involvement alongside Russia in Ukraine and helps DPRK leadership assess the risks and needs related to their deployed forces. The group uses phishing emails impersonating members of fake think tanks, referencing political events like leadership dismissals or elections to lure targets. Victims are directed to mega-hosted downloads containing malicious RAR and CHM files, which trigger PowerShell scripts that gather system information and establish persistence. In some variations, the attackers use HTML attachments to drop zip files with benign PDFs and malicious link files, ultimately executing PowerShell and VBScript payloads. Although the final malware payload wasn't recovered, it's presumed to be a backdoor used for espionage. Earlier activity shows Konai also attempted credential harvesting using fake Microsoft security alerts to hijack accounts. This campaign adds a new layer to the ongoing cyber conflict in Ukraine, which has primarily been driven by Russian actors, highlighting North Korea's expanding role in cyber operations tied to global conflicts. Tech leaders are moving rapidly to adopt agentic AI, according to Ernst & Young's latest technology pulse poll. The survey of over 500 tech executives found that 48% have begun deploying autonomous AI agents, and around 50% believe most of their internal AI operations will become fully autonomous within 2 years. While 58% of leaders claim their organizations are ahead of the competition in AI adoption, EY cautions that this may be more perception than reality. Despite fears of AI-related job cuts, 84% of respondents said they plan to hire more workers over the next 6 months and are focusing heavily on upskilling their current workforce. At the same time, concerns are growing. 49% cited data privacy and security as their top AI-related worry, up significantly from last year. The rise of AI agents, seen as more dynamic and commercializable than basic chatbots, comes as companies shift from the initial generative AI hype to a more practical back-end integration. Unlike past tech fads like crypto or the metaverse, agentic AI is now seen as a pathway to real business value, especially in an uncertain economy. Still, executives face mounting pressure to prove ROI quickly, with EY emphasizing that optimism must be backed by tangible financial results. A new AWS survey of 3,739 executives and professionals reveals that 92% of organizations plan to hire talent with generative AI expertise in the year ahead, with 26% expecting at least half of their new hires to require these skills. The demand is especially strong in IT and manufacturing, where over a third of companies plan to make AI skills a top requirement. To guide this transformation, 60% of companies already have a chief AI officer in place, and another 26% plan to appoint one by 2026. Surprisingly, even smaller businesses, under 250 employees, are embracing these roles, suggesting AI leadership is becoming essential across all organization sizes. Despite running an average of 45 generative AI experiments in the past year, only 44% of those are expected to go into production. The biggest roadblocks? Talent shortages, high development costs, and concerns over bias and hallucinations in AI outputs. In response, 56% of organizations have already implemented AI training programs, with another 19% planning to do so this year. Still, many companies report a limited understanding of employees' training needs, making it harder to design effective learning strategies. When it comes to IT budgets for 2025, generative AI tools top the list, surpassing even cybersecurity and infrastructure. Integration ease, compliance readiness, and strong privacy features are key factors influencing adoption. However, change management remains a concern, with nearly 25% of companies lacking a formal generative AI transformation strategy as of 2026. This highlights the need for better planning as AI becomes a cornerstone of enterprise operations. Databricks has agreed to acquire Neon, a startup offering an open-source, serverless alternative to AWS Aurora Postgres, for approximately $1 billion. The move is aimed at enhancing Databricks' capabilities in AI agent deployment by integrating Neon's scalable, developer-friendly database technology. Founded in 2021, Neon provides a cloud-native Postgres platform that automatically adjusts resources based on demand and offers features like database cloning, branching, and point-in-time recovery. These features align well with AI agents, which Databricks says now create 80% of Neon's provisioned databases, highlighting the shift toward AI-driven infrastructure. Databricks CEO Ali Ghodsi emphasized that the acquisition supports the company's strategy for the AI-native, AI-driven applications era, offering developers a serverless Postgres solution that meets the speed and flexibility demands of AI. Neon had raised nearly $130 million from major investors, including Microsoft's M12 and General Catalyst. The acquisition follows other significant Databricks deals, including Tabular and Mosaic ML, as the company continues to build out its platform for AI development and deployment. TensorWave, a Las Vegas-based data center startup focused on AMD-powered AI infrastructure, has raised $100 million in a funding round led by Magnetar and AMD Ventures, with participation from Nexus Venture Partners, Prosperity 7, and others. This brings the company's total funding to $146.7 million. Unlike most AI data center providers that use NVIDIA hardware, TensorWave has bet on AMD, deploying a cluster of 8,000 AMD Instinct GPUs. The company claims that this allows them to offer cloud services at lower prices and scale more cost-effectively. CEO Derek Horton says TensorWave is on track to reach $100 million in annual revenue, making a 20x increase from the previous year. Despite rising data center build costs and concerns about overcapacity in the AI infrastructure space, TensorWave reports strong growth and plans to expand its workforce from 40 to over 100 by year-end. The new capital will fund cluster expansion, hiring, and operational scaling. Founded in 2023 by Horton, Jeff Tartarchuk, and Peter Tomasic, TensorWave positions itself as a next-gen AMD-based alternative in the AI data center market, joining other AMD adopters like Azure, Oracle, and startups such as Lamini and Nscale. And that brings us to today's tech tip: preparing your business for agentic AI adoption. Agentic AI systems are autonomous tools that can plan, reason, and act on behalf of users, and they're quickly becoming the next frontier in enterprise AI. To stay ahead, businesses should start building a foundation today. First, start with clear use cases. Identify repetitive, rules-based workflows that could benefit from autonomy, like scheduling, reporting, data triage, or customer service routing. Next, invest in AI-savvy talent. Upskill your current workforce and consider hiring roles like prompt engineers, AI product managers, or even a chief AI officer to guide your AI integration strategy. Make sure you prioritize data readiness and governance. Agentic AI thrives on clean, structured data. Implement strict data quality, access controls, and bias mitigation practices to avoid automation risks. Then you'll want to track ROI and user feedback. Pilot agentic systems in low-risk environments and measure success in terms of time savings, accuracy, and user satisfaction, not just the novelty. Finally, don't automate without oversight. Always build human-in-the-loop controls to ensure critical decisions remain auditable and aligned with company values and compliance standards. The era of AI agents is coming fast. Those who prepare early will lead tomorrow's markets. Thank you for listening to the Daily Download. All sources for today's stories will be in the description below. This episode is brought to you by FRCS Tech, your partner in business technology solutions. If you'd like to learn more, visit us at www.frcstech.com. And I'll see you tomorrow.